Can you hear me? Ha! Awesome. And you can see stuff, but it's really weird because I'm looking at the screen and it looks backwards. Alright, so so what's the other one that's up there that's saying waiting for pocket? That's weird. So I must have two things going. Oh, that's nice. So clicked on that. How am I supposed to? Oh, okay. Press that button and that worked. Alright, so that's confusing on my screen. Everything's reversed. But you're actually seeing everything in proper orientation. Is that correct? Nothing like the words aren't reversed for you? Sweet. Welcome to the first ever Pocket Women Live. It's not working out how I anticipated. I did hook up the StreamYards, but I'm not actually hooked into StreamYards, which is really weird. But anyway, we're here. We're doing it. Awesome. So who we got? We got Chris and Slinky. G'day. James. Hey, awesome collab you're doing with Doubt there, mate, with their little do-wacky that fits on the thingamajig. That's really cool. Ningby, hey, just uploaded my video for your entry into your draw. That was a fun thing to do. G Keyman, wow, do you ever sleep, mate? Welcome, good to see you. Lockchart, holy dooly, you Lockchart, you're awake, you're up. I don't know. It's it's not even 3:30 here, so we're doing good. So I guess I'm the one who's up late. You guys are probably up at your normal time. Nigby's at work. Awesome. And we've got Chris with all the emojis. I can actually see your emojis and I know what they are now. That is cool. That's a little. Is that a rock chuck emoji? Is that a chuck? That looks like a chuck. Cool. Awesome. Nigby, we won't tell anyone, mate. You'll be right. So, if I put my big light on, the one I can actually see with, it goes all stroby. So I have to use my little light, which means you can't really see much. You can see it, but I can't see it. So in here we have the contents of the lock that I pulled apart on Picking Time Live with the assistance of the wonderful Pick Smith. And now trying to get this thing back together. Well, that was harder than trying to pick it. So it's not back together. So we got that bit, we've got that bit. These bits. I've got this bit. So on my screen, it actually looks really shadowy and crap, but are you going to focus? There we go. So we'll go that way. Let's center it, yeah. So I might just adjust my light and so I can get rid of the shadow so I can actually see. Wonder why it strobes like mad when I put my actual light on that my big light on. That's unfortunate. Alright, so we're just going to keep going. And then we got the little bits. Might need a pinning tray. That'll be good. Okay. Oh, cool, Chris. Yeah, I've got so much content to catch up on. So I thought, hey, Snake, you here, mate? G'day. Yeah, we got Pocket Live. I've decided to wing it and not wait for my support team to teach me how to do lives. I was just looking through things and I thought, you know, you click on the blue things and it takes you to somewhere else. And I thought, okay, so it's telling me about how to do this and how to do that. And I thought, well, what if I just keep clicking and see where it goes? And so I thought I was in StreamYards, but obviously I'm not. It said it'd take 24 hours to set up the approvals and stuff to do the stream. So I thought I'll just, press all the buttons now and set it up. And then it started. So that's where we're at. Okay, Nick B, take it easy. Don't get sacked. Okay, hope your puppy goes okay, James. Catch you later. So I'm going to try and put this little thing back together. So hopefully with your help. So that, because there's got to be a knack. Because I tried, so many times to put this thing back together. And it just wouldn't do it. And I thought, I reckon there's some locksmith knack to this that I don't know about because it was just giving me a hard time. So what I'm doing now is just going to get all the bits separated. My wife's just woken up at 3 in the morning. She'll go back to sleep. I just tucked the puppy in the bed. She wanted to know what I was doing because she knows it's not picking time. And why was I doing this at this time? Oh, there's springies. Oh, there's 7 of them. That's right. So these are the key pins, I'm thinking, and then I'm guessing these are the drivers. So I don't think the drivers are like balanced. I think they're just all the same size. So we'll just whack them in. This is quite a deep pinning tray. It's not easy to work with. Okay, that was that bit. You need one of those. You need one of those. That's okay. That's got one. Alright. So I haven't lost any bits, which is always a good start to a rebuild. Now, that's that little doowacky. Now there's got to be some system. So let's just see if we can go in closer without doing shadowy stuff all over it. Would be good. Orientate. No, it wants to do shadowy stuff. Come on, just control yourself. Alright, where do I have to put the light to reduce this shadow? Oh, right in front of me. Oh, that's nice. Now look, I feel like I'm doing it in the dark. Why is the light so shit? Alright. Alright, that's close enough. Okay, go into focus. You're focusing. There we go. Now go down and focus again. That's it, you're doing it. Don't know which way to go. You go opposites. Okay. So I'm thinking I need to, so how did this go together again? So that goes like that. Where are we? There. Is that where it went? Or did it go in that way? No, it went in that way. Cool. So there's a space orientation. So that goes there. And then this went in there. And then something else. How did it all hold together? Is there a nut? I'm sure there's a nut somewhere. I'm not the nut. Had one of those, maybe. No, look at the other ones. There's one in front of me. Look at this one. No, it had nothing. Okay. Oh, it goes up there maybe. No. That's to hold it onto something. So it just goes in. Okay. Oh, this is wonderful, having to rely on a memory to do stuff. Okay, so it pushes right in and then holds itself. Okay, let's take you out. Orientate. So I didn't go through and cut that. That's a good sign. Alright, so we've got a dot there. You're going to focus. Alright. Now camera, you need to follow what I'm doing and focus. Right. So that goes that way. So if I use this, tangle up, crash bang, take everything out. See, everything is delicately balanced. It all looks nice and organised, but it's actually not. It's all a delicate balance. Alright, so if I just put that over there for a second, and you've got a really small window that you're working in, like, so I will you in there. You can be my third hand. Alright, you're going to go up a bit more. Yep. And then just touch. Alright. Third hand is in place. Keep my orientation facing me. Yep. Dot is where I cut. Space is the space. So I reckon I've got it lined up. Now the pins would be on top. The drivers would be next. And the springs would be under that. Loading springs first. Yep. G came in. Exactly. But I tried to reassemble this so many times after that live, and it was a disaster every time. And then I just put it all in that container and went, right, I'll deal with that another day. And then I thought, no, oh, I've lost the spring in the abyss. And then I thought, no, I'm not going to do a load of locks and end up with sacrificial packets of lock parts everywhere. I'm going to be determined and put this back together, and this is going to be my practice. Already lost my orientation. Alright, who hasn't got one? What happens if I lift that off now? Well, that's easier. Okay. Alright, Mr. Hole. Yeah, a little grub screw or something would be a good idea. So now I know that the pointy end goes into there. So the issue I had was once I put them in, I then tried to put the drivers in, the key pins in, and then everything kept falling out the arse end of it. But now I've got it secured in this, I might have half a chance. So I reckon maybe. And the other issue I had was I was trying to do it like from here, load everything up, but what I found was they don't stay upright. Oh, down the hole. Jeez, down the hole it goes. Alright, they don't stay upright. They go angled and stuff. They're doing their own thing. So they're not straight up in the air. So that was an issue. So we're going to put this lid on now that we are. Oh, it just popped straight out. You. Which one were you? Oh, geez, they're jumpy little things, aren't they? Alright, so why isn't that focused? Come on. You just need to try and focus. You've got one job, camera, and that's to focus. Surely you can cope. Come on. Get a grip. And focus. Right. Didn't go like that, so now where was I? Alright, putting the drivers back in. So they have kits for reassembling these things. So is there a particular different kind of tool that's used? GQ man? I don't want them to shoot across the room. It's 3:30 in the morning. I've had no sleep for a couple of days. It's been full on here, and I don't know. I don't want to have to be crawling on the floor looking for these little things. So don't shoot across the room. Alright, so now the issue I had that was the biggest issue was when I then tried to put, because I've lost the positioning of all these. This is all a jumbled mess now. So it doesn't matter. So come on, control. Yeah, don't have much hand strength at the moment, so just trying to squeeze these tweezers together is too much. So we'll just change back to the other ones. Okay. Yeah, they're much easier to squeeze and hold together. So the issue I had was putting that in there like that, and it's staying. So it seems to be staying there now. Okay, that I've got it supported in my little vise. Okay. This seems to be going rather well. Because I didn't have a gutting disaster, but oh man, I had so many assembly disasters. In you go. Oh, I lost it. That's a long one. Okay, see, they're not sitting. Still blurry. So it seems blurry on my screen, but when I look on my phone, it doesn't seem that blurry, but it is blurry. So come on, focus. What's your issue with focusing? Why can't you focus? One job, camera, just one job. Come on. It's not as though I'm asking you to pick the lock. Just want you to film the lock. Film it this way. Where do you want to be so you can focus? Oh, you don't want to be there, do you? How close to the thing do I have to get? I need space for my hands to get in there. You can't be super, super close. Surely. You coping? Okay. Right. Now, the next phase is, where did I put the, there it is. Yeah, that was the issue I was having, look, Chuck. This bit kept falling down and separating from the top, and I was losing bits out of the middle all the time. It was, what's the word for it without swearing? Oh, super frustrating. Okay, but see, at this stage I'm in trouble because I now need to lift the base up out of the vise, and this is all still, this is wobbly in there. I can see them wobbling, and this was an issue I had. I get it to this stage, and then in there they would all start to fall and lift by the brass bit. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna have to find a way to get my hand in there. Balance, triple balance to undo this. Gentle and slowly. Get my finger in there. Let's keep pushing that up. Okay, pushed it up while it was still in there. Holding on to it tight. Got my finger stuck. Okay, unclamp my hand. Oh, I see that it's not even fully in there. I'm not even holding the right bit. Bugger. Oh no, it just dropped down. Is it actually in? Done? On? Are they all in the right spot? See, that brass bit is not, it's not going, so it's happened again. They've all just gone. So that middle bit can orientate itself without that brass bit being orientated, which is deceptive because you think you've got it in position and then you realise that, hang on, that's not right. Back to the drawing board. Thanks, Mika. Appreciate your support. Okay, so maybe I should clamp it via the center post. And then that way, alright, let me go upside down for a minute. I know everyone's all upset in there, but if I clamp it via that little bit there, come on, little clamp, you can do it. Okay, and then I turn you over like that. Get that thing out of the way. I've got a brass bit to make a knob. I need a knob. Alright, let's try this again. So this needs to come off. Why are you stuck? You're supposed to just slide off. Why are we stuck? We're stuck. Oh, because it's, no, that should be just sliding on and off, regardless that I'm holding on to that center post, shouldn't it? Why? Oh, because I'm not in the right orientation? No? What's happened? Be easy to see if I didn't have the camera in my face. Oh, man. We've got some spillage. Okay, that's attempt number 1. Alright, we begin again. Okay. Alright, it's still got all my springs, so we'll try it all again. So if I put you in that orientation, the dot matches where the hole was. Tighten you up from that base. Maybe tighten you up from the point where that brass bit could fall down on me, so that everything is together. Yep. Yep. No. Okay. So this small rig should do what you're suggesting a little vice grip would do, because it's sitting flat as well, and it's holding up that brass bit so it won't come apart. Oh, that's my cup of tea. Hang on. Right, so we'll have vice grips on standby. Okay, so back to the pointy little enders. Drop one down. Two. Three. This one's a modified, those ones. Dropped it. In you go. No wonder locksmiths don't redo this. Picksmith said, no, we don't do this. We just buy new ones. We don't rekey. We don't do none of that. We don't master pen it. We don't do that. We just buy new ones. Because this would consume quite a bit of time, and I wouldn't want to be doing this in the field on a frozen day like I've seen you all have. Alright, so that little thing is still, they're all still poking up, so they need to be poked down. So they need to go down further to be seated. That one's in. That one's in. That one's in. That one. That one. That one's solid. Whoa, you can't be solid. Why are you solid? What's your issue? No, you're supposed to be springy. You're not meant to be solid. Why are you solid? Wiggle it. Jiggle it. Okay, now we're springing. Oh, I sprung right out and jumped over near the frogs. Jeez. Okay, Lockchuck, I see what you mean. They're total little jumpers. Watch out. Okay, get back in. Gentle pressure. Okay, you still don't want to seat properly. Wiggle it. Jiggle it. Okay, you're seated now. You're seated. You're springy, 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 and springy. Alright. Yep. Did a wiggle jiggle. Okay, now, why have you gone blurry again? Jeez, come on. You're supposed to be helping me out here, camera. Okay. I've got to learn how to use a webcam. Alright, so it's got to go up that way. Okay, so when I put my hands towards the camera, it just goes blurry. Okay, so just keep my hands away. Alright, start at the back because that's where I can't see. I'm blind. Can't see around the camera, can't see over the camera. Alright, that one can go there. You can go there. Peter Campbell's car, Tinny mate. Hey, you're cooking dinner, so it's that time of the day for you. So you still yesterday, or are you my today? What day is it here? Oh, it's Friday. Okay. Yep. But every time I did that lock chart to help myself, I ended up losing some of the bottom bit. Like it would slip out a fraction, or I'd lift it up too much, or my hand would tremor or something, and then everywhere. So you can't really do this stuff when you've got hand tremors because it's just like trying to pin a lock in an earthquake. Don't you run away, come back. Alright, so all of these are a bit leany, so I need to take this out of here gently. Oh, you just ate lunch. Gentle. See, this is where it stuffs up. Alright, hang on, just tighten that back up. So we're just moving it a fraction. Yeah, I think the vice grips would work. Because you're right, because I'm not dealing very well with that handle part at this stage. It's just going to be problematic. So if we vice grip you up, oh, that was a weak. Oh, I took out my phone. Whoa, oh, don't be dropping everywhere now, people. Just stay. Oh, don't drop down. Just everyone come back. Up, up, up. Probably should have done the vice grip thing before I had everything delicately balanced. Alright, let's try this stage again. Just put everyone down. Okay, attempt number 3 coming up. Alright, so now if I hold that, that'll fall down. So just get the vice grip set up with a little bit of space underneath so I can drop it down a fraction and right. And that can drop down that fraction to give me some holding power up there. Okay, Lockchuck, take it easy, mate. Thanks for your help. Yeah. Right, let's go again. wrong way around. Out you come. Oh, my foot's starting to go numb. That's nice. Always nice when the nerves start to go off. Lets you know you're alive. All right. Okay. Oh, I've got one upside down at the back. It's a jumper. Right, that's everyone in. No one looks like they're going sideways. I think this might be third time lucky or fourth time lucky. I'm losing count now. Okay, now that needs to be with that. Push down. Now, what's that? Oh, look at that. We've got the rear in. Turn you upside down. Push you fully in because that's... Alright, remove the vice grips. Oh, it's true. That hand's not going to do it. Alright, change hands. Oh, yeah, take out everything. Watch the kick on the vice grips. Jeez, it's really hard not to swear normally. Alright, that's really springy. That wants to spring back out. It never did that before. Why do you want to be springy? I'm feeling spring pressure. Why is that springy? Oh, it's turn diffraction. Alright, go back, go back. Okay, so why are you springy? They're springy. That wasn't springy. Maybe it needs to be pushed in. No, it wants to spring back out. Okay, so what held that in place? Is it just crud? Because the other one doesn't have anything on its back. And it's fully seated. So why are you springy? Yeah, but that one's fully seated. Hey, Fred, how's it going, mate? Having fun putting the tubular lock back together. Oh, that's right. Okay. Yep. Thanks for that. Yeah. I forgot about that little duva there, the thing that I drilled out and trashed my whole lock lab with lock dust. Okay, that explains it. Okay, so now we know. Right. It's that little duva there. That's you, little beastie. Alright, so this little thing. So I'm reckon I can get that to go back into place because there's still meat on it. So let's see if we can reseat you. So the part that got drilled out would be that bit there. So if I orientate you back in the same position, everyone should go back happy. Oh, it just wants to push against my finger. You fighting me. Stay, beastie. Oh, okay. You want to just fight with the hand with no hand pressure. Don't you come fully out on me. Oh, you just moved. Oh no. What's that done? It sprung itself out of position. Just go back. Go back. Oh, something's moved. Oh, come on. Now it's not going in at all. I know. Yep, I see someone sideways in there, and oh, okay, we're going back to the vice grip. Yeah, we had a collapse on the inside. Okay, we're going to try again. Attempt number 5. We even stuffed up underneath. Alright, let's just go back. Go back, go back. So if I push you up like that. Oh no! You just shot off. Okay, don't push him up. Let's learn. That was a driver that shot out of there. So, oh man. It's okay, puppy. Yeah, Betty's come in for moral support. She heard me stress. So she comes up and says, you require a pat. Pats relieve stress. So pat me. Hey, Betty Boo. Yep, it's okay. And it's 4 in the morning, so it's not time for breakfast. You must go back to bed. Oh, it's okay. Go back to bed. Yes, I will. You go back to bed. Good girl. I'm good. You're my lovely girl. You're doing a good job. Alright, let's go back. And I'm all wedged in. It's because I'm holding it with the vice grip, of course. It's wedged in. Okay. Attempt number 5. And we lost the driver, so we have to take the vice grip off. Oh, it'd be good if I could use both hands. Okay. So vice grip is off. Remove center post. Put the wayward driver back in its little home. Put the top back on. Okay, hold it in position. Vice grip back in place. Can't use my left thumb. Let's change hands. Allow a little bit of space. That's got to be sitting flush on the... Oh, I've got that too tight now. Oh no, it's got a side thing. Okay. I was on the flat. Alright. Vice grip's on. Sits down just enough to still hold it. No. Okay. Come on, go in. Go up. Alright, in position. Alright, put vice grip up a little bit. Okay, vice grip's up. Ah, you shooting little beastie. Stay. Alright, so I might just stick to one under there to hold that up, and then when I need to be able to move it, I've got it ready to go. Okay, now let's just stay in position, stay focused, focus, focus. Focus. Just dropped it down. Can you focus? Machine, come on. You can focus on that. Bring your focus down. What's wrong with you? Why can't you focus? All of a sudden, you've lost your ability to do your job. Come on. I don't have much space to work in here. Can you focus? There's your thing. Focus on it. Keep focusing on it. Focus. Right. Now, lift that up. Tuck you under. Check that we're springy. Yep. Okay. Put your tops back in. Ah, is that what it's doing? Yeah, I don't have a nut. I just had, it was just being held together by the thing I drew it out. Oh, it'd be good if I could see behind the lock. Alright, I'm going to stand up. My back's in spasm. My foot's gone numb. Need to alleviate something. Okay, and I need to see behind the lock. Whoa, nearly fell over. That's not a good sign on the first live stream. Alright. Come on. Orientate. Wrong tweezers. There we go. Need a deeper dryer. Where'd you go? Okay. Right, everyone's in. Hey, Dutch Lockpicker, how's it going, mate? Greg, you here? Yeah, no, not late night picking, early morning picking, mate. It's, well, time goes when you're having fun. It's now 20 past 4 in the morning, Friday. All right, so time to drop it down a fraction so that they all sit properly and no one's wonky sideways. Put you in the correct orientation. Why are you not even wanting to go on? There we go. Okay. Alright. Oh, we're getting this lady. Lift you up. No, actually keep everyone in the vice grip. Oh no, just moved it, turned it, twisted it. No, stay there. Turn you upside down. No. Turn you sideways. No, turn you. Oh, that's where I'm panicking. Alright, go that way. Oh, I've got too much of a gap down there. That needs to go up like that to seat it. Alright, other tweezers. Which ones? Alright, let's stick you in there. You can be my wedge. Okay, that's wedged it up. Alright. You can wedge in. Tweezers are the wedge. Alright, now the front bit. Oh! Okay, that was a big spasm. A nasty little beastie, that one. Okay. Now, orientate the holding, the retaining thingy, doowacky. Now, since that was just leave it out, I'm thinking it would just need a little bit of encouragement to go back into position, wouldn't it? Because it was like, leave it up like that, just lever, and so that would just need some encouragement to go back into position, would it? So if I just whack it, okay, I don't think you're deep enough. It's not deep enough. It's lost its bringing back out on me. Get back in there. There we go. Okay, now I've got to hold it all together. So you are in your correct orientation. You would just require a little off tap, maybe. Can I get it in there? Let's find out. I'm just going to hit the camera. There's no room. Let's just wake up the house. Oh, I think it went. Oh, don't. Oh, everything jumped away from me. Okay, just calm down. Go get around the wires of the cameras and stuff. Probably should have got out my roofing nail punch, but anyway, that's flush. Alright, take the light strips off. The tweezers away. Pick things back up. Oh, I took out the camera. Right, let's have a look at the end result. The camera didn't like getting hit, did it? Are we still glitchy? Right. Now can you focus? Now the center post is not in its correct orientation. Maybe it just needs some encouragement. Yep. To be centered, almost. Okay. That's good enough. That's centered. Everyone is still in place. I think it's done. We're back in. That's flush. It's got a happy face. I think the lock's happy. I think we have a happy lock. Officially, we have a happy lock. No, these didn't come with cams. I think these are just spare cams I had in my box. But that came with it because the others have got it. Right. Very cool. That's not coming out. Now, wonder if it's peckable. Let's find out. Now, do we have glitching? Why are we doing that? I only hit you once, so you know, no need to carry on. Probe section. Where did I put stuff? Because I did a reset of the set after I ended up with lock dust everywhere, and now I can't find things because I've got new little containers, and then I keep grabbing things to take out with me, and I can't find things because everything's either packed up for taking out or in a new spot. Now, last time I couldn't get this thing to work, but I'm wondering if I was just using it wrong, because, you know, it's designed for it, so just work. Is it too small? I think it could just wedge in, even if it was too small. And grab it anyway. It's actually too big, because by the time it gets there, then it's hitting the back edge. Right, we'll just tension it some other way. How did we do it before? Oh, gee. Camera's totally in the way. Well, while I'm thinking about that, I want to show you this. Now this is a beefy, heavy as, like, this is one heavy lock. I'm gonna have to lift it up. You're gonna stay in position. Nope. Try again. Stay in position. Nope. Oh, come on. Lift you up. Lift you up. Stay in position. No. Okay. Oh, man, this is technical issues on the go. So this is too close to the camera. This is a Lockwood latch and MS, so this latch is part of a 500 series, I think. But this knob set is heavy as, and it's bought it from the salvage yard. Oh, come on. I'll just hold you up. In there, doesn't like to see it. Focus. That is a Kaba. They are tiny little bitey beasties. So I scored this heavy as Kaba lock. Oh, I have to realign my clamps that are holding everything delicately balanced. So this is a Kaba, and I thought, oh cool, I'll play with this, but none of it actually works, so it doesn't unlock from the snib. So it's Oh yeah, that's unlocked. No, it's not. So I'm holding this firm as though it's in situ. Hold the latch and turn the knob. Oh yeah, that's moving it. Okay, just so it does unlock and lock. Lock? No. I can see why they took it off the door, but so we might pull that apart. Thanks, Chris. Welcome back. G came in. Yeah, I did get back together, and I even got the beastie back in. So that was pretty cool. Where is it? So we are happy face, Lock. Lock is happy. Camera's not happy. It sort of didn't like being hit by the hammer, but you get that when you got like 100 mil to work with. So, but happy Lock, happy days. We're going to try and pick it, but I'll just show them this really cool lock I scored. It is so weighty. It could be classified as a dangerous weapon. This is a Kaba. So I thought that was a cool score for $5. Don't usually get that sort of stuff. My mate was on duty and he gives me good deals. So we're going to try and pick this. We need to try and tension it, but then we've worked out that this is actually too long for it. It hits the side wall. This wall, it hits that instead of just binding to that. So that's not going to work. So now I'll just put the Kaba on everything. So it's a matter of doing a wiggle jiggle. Getting all the tension wrenches. Because I think I used a tension wrench. And I just wedged it in there. I'm thinking. Where is it? So I decided to separate everything out. Stuff that I use regularly, stuff I use infrequently, and stuff that I've made for specific locks. Which means nothing's in the one spot now, and now I need to search for stuff, which is proving to be a pain. So where's me long one? Let's try that little one. So tensioning these is just a matter of getting something to wedge in there and to bind this post, I'm guessing, so that would be binding it, I guess. Hey, Parkinson Picking, how's it going? Welcome. Lady Locks. I put this thing back together. I got happy face lock. Happy lock now. It took but I lost count how many goes to put it back together. I don't think I hit double digits, but I think I was pretty close. But it worked. So I was going live. I was just looking through stuff on YouTube and hitting blue buttons, and it ended up in a live section. And I thought, oh yeah, and it said it'd take 24 hours for live approval and all that. And I thought, oh yeah, I'll do it, and see what happens. And then I pressed the encoder something button, and I went into StreamYards, and I set that up, and then it said, do you want to go live? And I thought, okay, let's do that, see if it works. If you're asking me right now, something just moved. And then, okay, and then YouTube said, goes to Google, you got to enable this, do this, press that, and I did all that, having no idea what I was doing. And then it said do a thumbnail, and I thought, okay, I'll just stick my logo up there. And then it said I had an up and coming, and I thought, oh, okay, I wanted to schedule, but anyway, let's go up and coming, whatever that means. And then I pressed it again, and then it's a new one and went live. And then Chris came on and said I was actually live, so that was pretty good. And I don't know what happened to StreamYards. Don't know where it went. It's gone. It's not up on my screen. I don't know where it went. So I guess I'm using YouTube's system. And my camera does not cope with lights on. It doesn't want my main light on, and it doesn't like my little light, and didn't like me having a background, and it wouldn't focus, and so it did all the things it doesn't do when I'm doing picking time. And then I hit it with the camera with the hammer, and intentionally it was a backswing when I was putting the lock back together, and it started glitching and went all crazy, and now I'm picking a lock. So you're up to date. So I'm going to see if I can actually pick this again after having picked it once and put it back together. If I do, then this becomes, okay, it just went crunch crunch into the second position. Actually got it. Wow. Okay, so then this one will become the one with the happy face, happy lock, happy face, will become my practice tubular lock, and I will finally have cracked picking tubular locks, something I've been wanting to do since I started picking. And I bought all the bypass tools to be able to do it, like, you know, the tubular lock picks and stuff, and, you know, the goat wrench and the other wrenches, and I could never get any of them to work. So I am happy that I picked it on picking time using the tubular lock pick fingers, but now I'm just trying to see if I can actually recreate that by actually doing a probe. And then I would have picked it with 2 lots of tools, because I tried to put this back together after picking time, and I tried probably for a good hour, and I had so many gutting disasters. So I figured there'd be a knack to having how to do it. And I thought I'll do it next picking time live, and then when the thing came up live on my thing, I thought, oh, okay, I don't have to wait 24 hours. I'm live now, so I shall put this thing back together with the assistance of the wonderful Locksporters in the chat, and that's what happened. And it's now, I started at like 3:30 in the morning. It's now 4:45. So 4:45, time I usually try and go back to sleep or go to sleep, because I'm usually awake between 3 and 5. My body just wakes me up at that time regardless. I can go to sleep at 12, wake up at 3, go to sleep at 2, wake up at 3. Yeah, I did hit start live, but I was hoping it would. I hit, yeah. Well, when I did, you see, I don't really know, Lady Locks, what I did. When it said you want to start streaming, and I'd set up StreamYards, I said yes, and then it took me to the YouTube screen, and it said press the button to go to something. I don't know, it was a big blue button. I just pressed it, and then I ended up on a YouTube page, like YouTube Studio Live or something, and then I pressed the button and I ended up live. Yeah, I was gonna wait and wait till my mate who knows how to do all this stuff taught me how to do it. But you know, it all started because in YouTube I was uploading a video, because I did like it. I started this at midnight, right? I fell asleep probably about 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, and then I woke up just before midnight, and I thought, right, I'll catch up on some content. I'll actually catch up on doing some videos for people's milestones before I forget and miss their dates and stuff, because I haven't been able to watch content for a couple of weeks, so I knew I was cutting it fine. And then because I've had full on, it's been full on here, and the last couple of days have been extremely stressful, and I thought I'd do something nice for myself. I'll start watching some content, catch up on some videos, get up, do some videos. Did that, and then as I was uploading the video for Nickby, I went into YouTube Studio, and it said, we've got a new thing for YouTube, and it said vertical live stream, and I thought, oh, what's that? So I pressed the button, and then that's the rabbit hole. That's where it all started. So that's how I ended up here. So from there I went to that blue button, then I hit another blue lot of words, and then there was another blue lot of words, you know, find out information here, find out information here. And so I was just reading around because I was actually retaining information for once, and I thought, oh yeah, this I can actually read today. I'll you know, take in some information. And then I ended up putting me in a live stream, up and coming. And then, but I thought when I set it up, I thought I'd do it for both channels. And so I had 2 pages open, like, so I did it for Pocket Women, and then I thought, oh, I might as well set up live stream for Pocket Watch. Got no intention of doing live stream for Pocket Watch, but I thought, yeah, you never know, I might want to. So I thought, oh, because it said, you know, it takes 24 hours to get approval. So I thought, you know, I'll just see what they say. You know, I've only got 100 and something subscribers on Pocket Watch, and, you know, not a lot of watch hours. I'll just see how it goes. They might knock it back or whatever. And so I thought I'll just press all the buttons and say yes for Pocket Watch as well. And then it had done this up and coming thing for Pocket Women. I thought, yeah, okay, not sure what that is. Don't know if I'm live yet, so we'll finish doing the Pocket Watch stuff. And then I pressed all the buttons for Pocket Watch, and then it said, then I went, okay, I've probably gone too far now, so I just closed the box up the top on the computer and went, okay, I didn't know how to get out of anything any other way. So I did it like that, and then I went, okay, so where did Pocket Women go? And so I pulled up Pocket Women again and went, oh, how do I get back to where I was with the other live? I couldn't work out how to get me back in. So I just started the process all over again, and it did the live thing, and then it said, then I pressed the live button to see what it would do, and it did it. And I went, oh, okay. I better get set up because I was live. And that's how I ended up here. But I don't know where StreamYards went because I'm familiar with StreamYards. I was happy to go through that. And, you know, my camera liked StreamYards. It doesn't like this. It just doesn't want to focus. It's acting like it's a 2-year-old with a tantrum every time I move or something. So that's where I'm at. But I'm wondering if I've got this, but I haven't got it. Oh, I had the crunch of everyone drop. Almost had it. So today I've got an interesting day set up. Today's Friday. And I've set up an investigation. So it'll be on Pocket Watch. I'm going out with my where am I? Paranormal team and Urbex team, and we've got permission to do an investigation in a house from the 1800s that is about to be demolished. So there's still a tenant in it at the moment, and we had anticipated that by the time the tenant said yes, come over, and they arranged the day, which was today, that they would be out of the house, but they're not. So we need to work around the tenant. But the tenant is, they reckon the place is haunted. So they said, yeah, come around and do an investigation before the place gets knocked down. So we've gone, beauty, we will be there. So it'll be a lock explorer as well, and we'll see what sort of locks are on the house. But it'll be good to document this house and all its features, its architectural stuff, before it gets knocked down, because the laws got changed here, and if you didn't have a place that was heritage listed, because some council areas there's really active heritage groups that are putting applications for certain places to be heritage listed to save them, and then that means once a place is heritage listed, well, when I was a carpenter, it meant for us that we had a narrow remit we could work within, as far as colour schemes, as far as materials, building stuff, adding stuff. It was all very strict. And now, if the laws have changed, whereby if you have a place that didn't get heritage listed, way back when the heritage groups were pretty active, then you don't actually need permission to demo anymore. You can just demolish stuff, because everything's just going for land value here. The houses have no value. It's all land. So everywhere you go, there's just demolished houses, vacant lots. You'll drive past one day and then it'll be gone the next. GG, man. So this is like, you're solid, you're solid, you're solid. Oh, it's the one hiding under the tension wrench. Yes, look at that. Unbelievable. Bucket list is done in Locksport. I have done tubular locks. I have probe picked it. I've finger pin picked it. I've pulled the thing apart. I've been able to put it back together. This is happy days in Locksport. This is time to do the happy dance. The Locksport happy dance. We got it happening. We're back together. We're being picked. It's happy days in Locksport. That is just too cool. After hardly being able to pick anything for weeks and weeks, and being able to pick that live even. I had so much trouble trying to do, and it's glitchy again. It didn't like the happy dance. Can you not glitch? Can you just not glitch? Thanks everyone. So very happy days. So I'm just wondering I'd have to pick it back to neutral, wouldn't I? Would that mean I'd have to do a full rotation, or is that as far as it will rotate? Do I pick it back the other way, or does it go fully around, like, and you like one of those locks that you have to pick like 7 times? Thanks everyone. Got the hearts are flowing. Hey LPD, how's it going? Ed's morning AM very early. Oh, it just ticked over to 5 AM. My normal get up time. I can pick it backwards. Okay, sweet, very nice. The other thing on my Locksport bucket list to do, apart from learn how to do a live stream. Yes, I'm live streaming now, but it doesn't mean I've learned how to do it. As I told you, how I got here, so it doesn't mean I've learned it. I've just pressed buttons and ended up here. But my other thing is that I have not been able to achieve at all is picking my beautiful 214A 40 Lockwood lockout tagout lock. This is the one that Down Under Monkey gave me. Look at that bitting. Flat as a tack. Should be able to pick it. No wuckers. Do you think I can? Nope. I've tried single pin picking it. I've tried raking it. I've tried lishing it. And I've gotten nowhere. I pulled it apart to see if there's anything in there that shouldn't be in there that's stopping me. No, it's fine. Yep, can't do nothing. Tried it. G-Command, nothing. So, since I've had so much success with my happy lock, let's just sit you there between them. We're going to lishi it. We're going. There we go. We're in. I'm going to do a crease. I'm going to arse it on camera. Oh, so that first pin is high. Oh, that one. Oh, see, my eyes have just always gone. No, it's flat as a tack. I forgot. I've never picked the first pin. So you can't get a lock open if you don't pick the first pin. Jeez. Okay, let's give it a shot. Does the camera want to focus? Hello, camera. Welcome to Focus Land, camera. Thank you. Why are you strobing? It's the light, isn't it? You just don't like my light. I think that's why it's struggling to focus. You know, it is extremely difficult not to speak in normal Aussie language when you're just talking normally on a live. Okay, focus. Focus. Focus, focus, focus. What is your problem, camera? Let's take you sideways. What we do on picking time. Alright. Yeah, I know. It's something that it's a challenge not to do that. And as I have my nephews and nieces watch my channel, I have been requested by their parents to keep them to a minimum. So that's the challenge I have set myself by doing my channel, because what I found out is that I have my brain goes into what's called primitive linguistics. So if you don't know what that is, it's the simplest form of communication to convey the most amount of information. And it occurs when you're like me, you live with chronic pain and on high pain and stuff. And when the body's under a lot of stress, so whether mental or physical or both, your body is pumping out the stress hormone cortisol. That goes to that center of the brain, and that tells that center of the brain to do primitive linguistics. And my brain says that the F-bomb conveys the most amount of information with the least amount of verbal input. So depending on the inflection, the tone, what else you put with it beforehand or after it, you can convey a lot of information. So that's what my brain does. So for me to not do that is a challenge, because it's not, by not doing it, it's not my regular speech. Yep. And Lady Locks, you heard my regular speech. And the parents of my nephews and nieces have requested that I attempt to reduce or to desist or to try and control that part of my brain. And it's like, yep, working on it. And I thought, okay, when I first started my channel, I thought I'm going to use my channel as my way to work on it. So when I do a video, I will try not to drop anything. And that's why I often have pauses and before I say the next word, because I'm trying to find what the actual word would be. And yeah, so that's my challenge. When I was GK when I was back in the days when emails just started, so it was the 90s, 80s, late 80s. I didn't engage with them, and I was working in the corporate world then, and we would get, people would send these emails around to each other of, you know, things that they had created or done, or just to crack a funny. And one rocked up on my desk, someone printed it out and handed it to me, and I saw it when I came back to my desk, and it was this huge long list of all the ways the F-bomb is said, whether it's F-sake, F-wit, all sorts of ways and words before and thereafter the F word, and it then also had beside the words the linguistic interpretation of what that actually meant. And it was a list of probably 20 or more ways and things that the F-bomb was casually said in Australia to convey information and what that information was. And I thought, gee, that's really cool, because saying that other full sentence, and it takes a lot of energy when you're in a lot of pain, lots of brain space that you don't have. And I thought, if I just said that, or the F-bomb all the time with some other words attached and inflections and tonnage and stuff, then I could convey the most amount of information. I thought, right, my autistic brain went, right, I'm going to do that. So that's what I've been doing since I was, how old was I then? That was my early 20s. Yep, I was 20. Yep. So I just turned 20. And it was just after my twin sister was involved in a car accident that made her become a paraplegic. She was 19. It was just before our 20th birthday. And I thought, I'm over, modifying my behaviour to fit in. I don't really give a shit if people don't like me, or don't have friends, or I I thought, I'm just going to say stuff the way they actually are. I'm not going to sugarcoat things anymore, because I was always the peacekeeper and the negotiator and, all that sort of stuff. And I thought, no, I'm going to speak out. If something's effed, I'm going to say it's effed. So I did. So I became a unionist. I became an activist. And to this day, I'm still an activist. Smurfs using the F word G key, man. Yeah, they get a lot done. Can you imagine the little song that they sung? Hi ho, hi ho. Ah, it's off to work we go. Yeah, that'd be cool. Have a good lunch, Parkinson. Yep, so after my sister had her accident, it changed a lot in my head. It's like, no, I'm not gonna be something I'm not. And I'm not gonna hold back for the sake of keeping the peace and doing all that sort of stuff. Those gendered roles that we were put into when we were little, because the time frame that I was brought up in was children should be seen and not heard, and women had defined roles, and one of the roles they had was they did not speak up. So I was conditioned very young not to speak up, not to have much language. And then when I become an adult, I thought, no, I'm going to change that. So I did. I'm never going to think of the Smurfs in another way again, GK, man. That's always going to come into my head. You what, Chris? So this feels really weird, like it's springy but not springy. So that is springy. That just drops down. That one's springy. That one's springy. That one just drops. One is dropped. So 6 is not set but not binding. 4 is not set but not binding. 3 is not set but not binding. Okay. So why aren't they binding? Does that mean I've overset someone? Come on, give me an open. I still haven't collated the last 6 months of Loto Lock Tuesday from 2023. I just have not had the time. But I will. I'll get there. I'll do the draw. And there'll be some bonus lottos in there because I've got some surprises for the winners. Because I've made them wait so long in anticipation. And it feels like they're on some of them that the springs are just grabbing the pick, like, but I know that the pick isn't interacting with the spring, but that's what it feels like. It's being grabbed. Now one feels funny. So maybe just release a bit of tension. Okay. Okay, turn on the call, that's a good sign. More turn on the call, counter rotation there. Okay, we'll turn the call. Oh, how high up do you have to push that? No, that was all funny again. It's weird. Okay, start to channel Chris. 6 is binding. 5 is binding. Call rotation. Check 6. 4, core rotation, 3, not sure, lost my false set. 2, 1, feels weird. See, that feels weird now. Okay, lighten the tension. Start in the middle. 3, set. No one's binding. So that would be an overset then. Alright, start again. Start at 4, nothing. 5's binding. 6 is binding. No one else. Overset 6. Drop it back. Yep. 4's binding. 3. That didn't feel good. Release tension a bit. Yep. Overset 2. No, it feels funny again. So overset, release tension. Okay. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So it's got to be 1. How high up are you got to go to get 1? This is as high as the pick will go. Stand up again. My hand's going numb. Under there. It's the under, so it's the ulnar nerve. Give me a challenge. It's been a 2-year challenge, Lady Locks. Yeah, so true. Yeah. When you get a lock you've been wanting for ages and then it's all over and done with within seconds, it's like, you're kidding me. I really wanted to have to play with you and learn you and fight you and have a bit of a challenge, spend a lot of time with you rather than just go, oh, that was a quick video. Yep, totally agree. Well, this one fits that bill. Totally repin, redo the binding order, move things around. Yeah, it's total jerk. I like how you call locks jerks. I call them mongrels. And this one's been a real mongrel. But a challenging mongrel. But you can't be... The thing is, it is such a beautiful lock. it is so difficult to be cross with it. You know, it's like, oh, you're a mongrel, but geez, you're gorgeous. Oh, far out, just dropped into the abyss on two. So it's really interesting. It feels really weird once you do overset a pin. It feels like the pick is getting stuck on a spring. You attract them, lady locks. You attract all the jerk locks. And when they're too much of a jerk to you, you just handball them to some unsuspecting locksporter. And you do it nicely. So, oh, I've just sent you a lock. It'll be interesting. You'll have fun with it. You don't send along the message that, oh, it's a jerk, look out. You'll be right. You'll get it. I have faith in you. It's like, Oh, that's the other giveaway I need to do. I can't remember whose is it. Gone numb. Who is it that's doing? I think it's trucking. It's trucking lock. That's still one I've got to do. The interpreted what is it? What's the word? The copying of someone else. There's another word for it. It's not intimidating. It starts with an I, ends in F. What is it? Channeling picks me. When I get the lishi out, I always channel Chris. Imitate. That's the word. I knew it would come into my brain at some stage. Yeah, welcome. You're only like 10 seconds behind the thought pattern. Nice one. Thanks for catching up. Appreciate it. So trucking lock has got that giveaway where you have to imitate another locksporter. I've got to do that challenge yet. I'm wondering, has that already closed, that date? What was the final date on that? Does anyone have that in their head? And I should write it down now. I'll do a lady locks and go, oh, I should write that down while I'm on a live stream. So, trucking lock. Yeah, thanks, lady locks. Trucking lock. Intimidation. Imitation, not intimidation. Imitation. IMITATION. Intimidate a locksporter. Right, I've still got to do that one yet. And then I think I'm actually caught up with all the videos I needed to do for people reaching milestones. But what's happening these days is people are reaching their milestone, and before they've even drawn their giveaway, they've reached their next milestone. Like, that stuff never happened when we first started. Your milestones took forever to come up, and But it's good people are just zooming along with their subscribers. Come on. Oh, it feels weird again. So I lost the false step then. So what happened? So 2 set, 3's up, 4's up, 5's up, 6's up, 1's up. So no one's binding. Great. So when you do your 214A, what sort of tension are you putting on it? Is it light, heavy, medium, mixed? What are you doing? What sort of tension does it like? Over bouncing on the bouncy technique. Oh, I don't think this is gonna. Oh, just try single pin picking it for once. Alright, we're gonna go in. We're doing it. as in to work as in pick a lock, or to work as in you pulled it apart and you broke it? If it's to pick work, you need to play around with those bands. Remove them, put extras on, fiddle around, because they do make a difference on whether those things will work or not. There is a sweet spot. There's some locks with them. Some like 2 bands on, some like 4 bands on. I'll keep burning my arm on the light. Now I'm going to start at the back of the lock. See who wants binding. Pick the binders. Ah, okay. All right. We tried everything else. Let's suck it up and try rice. Okay, camera, you gonna stay in position or what? You gonna fall down or what? Okay. And you come. As everything crashes and falls. It's so different using a webcam to film than your normal phone camera, because this thing it's got a mind of its own. No, just stay there. Can you stay there? Need more clamps. Now tilt up. Come on. Alright, stay there. Alright. spicing it. Gotta put her in her leathers, keep her nice. Don't want any marks. Snug. Locked on. Okay. This should be good. This better be good. Come on. Right, what isn't that going? Okay. Move back. Need to get under everything. Okay. Now, don't want to damage the bottom of the thing. I'm going to need a shotty. There we go. Okay, that was 2, I think. No, it was 3. It could have been 4. No idea. Just sounds good when other people say it. But I don't actually have any idea where I am in a lock usually. Usually I'll count pins and there'll be like 2 extra ones, and like I'll count a 6 pinner and I'll end up with 8 pins, and I think, well, I know it's not an 8-pin lock. How did I end up counting 8? And so to kill Dave, whoa, yeah, that's still going on, mate. Hope you had a good day at work. Right, so that's warding. So let's try that again. Oh, nice one. Get yourself a long weekend, mate. Our long weekend's next weekend. It's Invasion Day next weekend. I'll be away. I'll be doing investigations and lock explores out in the country. I'll be house and pet sitting my sister's kids, fur kids and feathered kids, the blind magpie, and the neurodiverse border collie dog. And Betty will be coming along, and I'm taking down my paranormal and urbexing team as well. We're going to be staying down there doing some explores. So that should be fun, because everything's just been busy. Be good to get away from all the medical appointments and stuff. Ah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, use it. They're not gonna. They don't care if you don't use it. Might as well use it and lose it. Have quality time off. Long weekends all the way till March. That's the way to work it out. Where you can get good quality time picking locks, get quality time with your family and your fur kids. It's not just all routine. Nice one, Tequila. See, there's not a whole lot of feedback or anything with these spools. You'd think you get a heap of... Oh yeah, there's some counter rotation. But that Caesar I picked the other day, what was it? Yesterday. That thing, that had feedback all over the place. That was a fun pick. That false set and stuff that was going on. They were big, like you felt it when it dropped in. It's like it went into a boom. This is the 214 lockout tagout lock, aluminium, 214A, 40mm from Lockwood. Pretty in pink. Lockmania, g'day mate. I think I've received your stickers. I need to do an opening of the envelope on camera. Not tapered, they are spooled, Lockwood thin lip spools. The key pins are beveled, I think. This is the Lockwood 214A 40mm lockout tagout lock. It's been one of my nemesis locks for good maybe 2 years or more now. I won it from Down Under Monkey and I've never been able to get it open in all the different methods I've tried. Raking, lishi, single pin picking. Yep, they're a right pain. They just need little taps, constant little taps. Okay, I think I've got one set, two set. I'm just grabbing warding on 3. Not sure where I am in the lock now. I'm just okay, back into a false set. Who's left? The thing is, this warding is really blocking. I really have to go on an angle and then twist. But you're not actually getting a clean lift on the pin. You're going up past the warding to the side of the pin. I've never been able to get any Lockwoods open. When I first started Locksport, I brought a heap of Lockwoods, but I still can't get them open. I still haven't got a 120 open. Oh, I did get a 120N open once, and it was an old one, and then I gutted it, and it was an old one, and it had incredible, extremely long, like probably double the length of a normal Lockwood spool, thin lip spool, and they were brass, and they were super thin and skinny, like the spool part was skinny, and that was an extremely difficult lock to pick, and I got it open. It's been my only Lockwood, apart from the little Lockwood Lotto locks, the 312s and the 232s and the 225s, but I haven't been able to pick anything else. Like, I haven't even got a 110. I've got a 120 that sits on my desk and stares at me every time I come into the lock lobe, and I've tried it every picking time. Yeah, I've got some Carlos. I like them as well. Oh, come on. They are hard. The old ones with the beveled key pins and the beveled driver pins, they can be tricky, but these thin lip spools, I have picked open a 334B and a 334 closed shackle 45s. I've done those, but they've just been one-offs. Like, they're not a repeatable act, and plus they're like part of my lock collection, so there's something that I would only sort of pick once to say, yeah, okay, I picked it, but they're not a lock that I pick up and practice with, because I don't want to wreck the keyways and stuff, or damage the pins by picking them constantly. To learn how to pick Lockwoods, that's been my thing. I haven't wanted to be consistent with picking them because I have not wanted to damage them. You haven't missed nothing, Lady Lock. Still in the same position of trying to pick the beautiful Lockwood. Yep, you missed Lockmanias. Come on in. Once you see locks, you can't unsee them, mate. I see them everywhere. I notice locks everywhere. And since I got into urbexing and doing lock explores, it's like I have my eye in. Is that place vacant? Is that place abandoned? Is that place about to be demolished? And I can't unsee them. I've got to go. I've got to remember where they are, and I go back when I've got time, and I've got to explore them. It's a lot of fun. just been to the Barossa Valley. It's out in the country, and I was there for a memorial service, and I had like I had an hour to kill before I went into the funeral place, and I thought, is it? It's not. It wouldn't be like disrespectful if I did a quick explore of a house that I've just spotted abandoned while I'm here. I've got the time. It wouldn't be disrespectful to do that, even though I'm down up there for that reason. And I thought, no, it wouldn't. No, the person who's gone would go do what makes you happy, you know. You want to do it, you know. No fuss to them. And I thought, okay, I'm doing it. So I did it. And then on the way back home, I did pull over and I did that little Mini Lock Monday video with the sunset. But prior to that, I'd been out to this 1800s old schoolyard. Not schoolyard, yeah, school. It was a school. And next to it is a graveyard, a church, and there's an old church there as well. So I did a explore of the old schoolyard and the locks. Schoolyard, keep saying schoolyard, schoolhouse and the locks. So from 1870 something to 1917, this place was in operation. And yeah, I did. Tequila Dave, good memory, mate. Yeah, my bike lock bounty. Yes, from the hospital, actually, the hospital bike sheds. I scored those with permission. Went in there with all my gear and went, well, all this is going, so I'm just gonna get them off the fastest way I can, because there was a heap of locks there, and they'd been, that bike rack had been, shed thing had been there 40 years. So I reckon some of the locks were like 30 years old. I reckon at least that was still dangly on there, and I've still got them. And just recently, I had my plumber come over, and we were talking about stuff, and asking him to do some extra things. And yeah, good luck with the Gen buy locks. Yeah, good luck with that one. And I got talking locks with him, and he said, "Oh, I've got some of those, you know, number lock things." And the way he described it, in my brain, I went, "Oh, okay, they're dial locks or something." That's what he said they were. And he said, I had a tradesperson come over, and I gave him the combination, but when I got home, all the locks combination had been changed, and now I can't use them anymore. And I use them to lock up my gates. And I've gone, oh, okay, well, just, you know, drop them in and I'll have a go at them. If I don't know how to do it, I'll know someone who does. And he's gone, radio. So that afternoon he came back and he dropped off the locks, and when I got home I saw them there and went, oh, they're not dial locks, they're bike locks. And I think there was like 3 of them. And so I knew the techniques, because, you know, I've followed combination locks for a lot of years. Started off with Potty 314, and then got into Swindler from the Kiwi from over the ditch. And I thought, yeah, I'll just brush up on the techniques. So I watched a few swindlers, and I went, yeah, I reckon I'll try the technique that he suggests you try first. and I did, and I worked on them all for about an hour, just getting the feel, working out what I was doing, what I was feeling, if I was getting anywhere, that sort of thing. And then I got one open, and then I went, all right, that's what that feels like. Okay, so I then quickly got the next two open, and it was like, right, I've just done my first bike locks, and not on camera because it was a private open, and it was locks in use, and it wasn't for Locksport. So I went, oh. And plus, I didn't film it because it took me an hour to do it, and I wasn't gonna. And I thought it might take me 4 hours or something to figure out how to get them open. So I had no intention of filming it. Yeah. Wow, that's not good luck, mate. Concussion, yeah. Take it easy, mate. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. I had a fall the other day. Well, I didn't fall. My dog pulled me over and slammed me into the ground. I ended up with bruising on my internal organs, massive bruise on my hip that just kept coming up for a week and a half. And I've done some damage to my arm, my shoulder, and my hand. So it's been a matter of waiting for the results of the scans. But I was lucky. I landed on my arm. I was pulled down on my side, so I didn't hit my head. I have an assistance dog, a black lab called Betty, and she wasn't on her working leave. We were at the park. It was the day I filmed the duckies when I went to the park and did the video of filming just picking a lock near the pond with the ducks. And so I had my chest harness on. I just started to pick a lock and just started my intro, said g'day, and then Betty saw 3 greyhounds behind me, and she bolted, and because she had 5 meters of lead to work with, so she took off, and I didn't feel her leave, and because she went behind me, and the lead was 5 meters long, and I didn't get patinged into the ground until it hit 5 meters. So I got patinged slammed in the ground at some force, and then she pulled again and pulled out of the lead around her neck to get to these 3 greyhounds so she could say hello to them, because she wasn't working. And yep, that was on my wife's birthday, and it was very painful, and that changed the day. Oh, Betty was fine. She was loving life. She was right near 3 greyhounds, and they were going, my God, she's a bit excited. And well, she was excited. She loves playing with other puppies. And but we weren't at a dog park to play with dogs. We were at a walking dog park where you'd walk around the park with on the lead sort of thing. And yeah. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, there we go. So I've been recovering from that, but still having to attend to things I'm committed to at the moment. So my body's been under some stress. Yeah, it's just it just means, another day with more pain. It's nothing unusual for me. I've got chronic pain anyway, so having new spots that have more pain it comes with the territory. No, you're right to kill, Dave. I have an assistance dog to help me moderate my stress levels. I have multiple medical conditions, some of which are structural and cause chronic pain, and some are like immunocompromised sort of stuff, and others are bodily stuff that gets triggered by stress, so the stress hormone cortisol. And so Betty's job is to moderate my stress levels to make sure I don't get too stressed, and her job is to distract me and to give me a focus. I have high social anxiety as well. I'm hypervigilant and autistic, and I've only just found that out in the last 6 months. And I have PTSD, and she helps me go out in public and to be there to do what I need to do appointments and to do shopping and to deal with idiots and all that sort of stuff. So she keeps me calm so that my stress levels don't trigger those conditions that react to stress, and that my pain is moderated, because the science around having animals is if you pat an animal, your stress levels, the stress hormones, automatically start to come down. They get reduced when you pet an animal. So I've always used animals throughout my life as stress moderators, and because I've lived with chronic pain most of my life. I broke my back when I was 11, and things just keep happening to my body anyway. I have some genealogical conditions as well as immunological stuff. I also have a depressive disorder, and that goes with the PTSD. And I'm neurodivergent, which was an interesting thing to find out, because I always thought I was just me. But who'd have thunk it? Because, focus on one modality of something in life and go for it. And when I look around my lock lab, I think, yeah, it's not half obvious. Hands up, the neurodivergent lock lovers. So we can focus on a topic and get right into it and do all the deep dives, and that's what I did with locks. Didn't know it at the time, that's what I was doing, but that's what I did. I thought I just fell in love with them because they're so nice and shiny and fun to pick and play with and pull apart and very interesting and all different kinds, and they have different working lives, and locks were just fascinating. Oh, I totally love cats. We recently lost our 14-year-old cat. I did 76 days of palliative care with her, and she was diagnosed with cancer, and they wanted to put her down right there and then. I said, no, bring her home. She's going to die at home. I will do palliative care. Tell me what I need to do. And so I did. And she lasted 76 days. They said she could last a week or a month. Well, she lasted 76 days. So I got all that extra time with her. But I had her for 14 years, and she was originally, she did what Betty does. And she was there all the time when I would wake up in the middle of the night, hence, like I have now. I've been doing this since 3 o'clock this morning. And I would wake up and she'd be between my legs, her bed was at my ankles, and I would just reach up and belly rub her, and I'd be able to go back to sleep because pain wakes me up a lot. And because I'm hypervigilant, minor sounds wake me up a lot too. And she did that until Betty come along, and then I was able to train Betty to be an assistance dog. And she started to come everywhere with me. And at the time we got Betty, we were, my wife and I, were recovering from a car accident. We'd been T-boned by a taxi, and we were in a lot of nerve pain and stuff. So having someone else to focus on and train her up was really good, because Betty came to us as a rescue, and Betty had PTSD, and she couldn't think through her frontal cortex. Everything was going through her amygdala, which meant that she could not process whether something was a threat or not. She just took everything as a threat, so her constant fight response was triggered. Oh, that's lovely. It was a blessing, really, to have that extra 76 days, because I was able to do death dueling, prepare her spirit, prepare us, say our goodbyes, all the words we wanted to say, give our thanks, give her food that she had never been able to eat before because she was on a restricted diet. She had intestinal issues, and so it was always on bland, yucky, horrible intestinal food. And then we were able to buy her all the yummy food that had to be high in calories and kitten food. And so we did, and she got to taste noms for the first time, and she loved it, and she thought, fuck this, I'm not going to go while there's noms, I'm going to stay. The food's finally got bloody good, so I'm staying. So she was fine, still doing everything she loved doing, until the last day, and it was 2 o'clock in the morning. I thought, you're not looking good, because I moved into her room and I was sleeping in her room, and I thought, you're not looking good, and that was the day. Yeah, exactly. They loved it. That's what makes them last longer. It's like, wow, the food's finally got good. I'm staying and enjoying it. But I'd never had an animal longer than 6 years. My rabbit lasted and no, it's my chicken. My rabbit lasted for 5 years. My guinea pigs for 5 years. And I and we were fortunate to have her for 14 years, so that was just a bonus. But Betty had PTSD. She couldn't think through her frontal cortex. Everything was going through the emotional center of the brain, the amygdala. She was in constant fight-flight response. Like, we'd be snuggled up on the lounge. Everything would be going good, and then I'd get up and go to the loo, and come back within seconds, and she'd be standing up, hackles raised, uncontrolled barking. So she went from that to an assistance dog that was ready for accreditation in 4.5 months of training. It was 24-hour training. Everything I did with her was a training opportunity. She had to learn how to. She had lots of fears. She had fears of going through doorways. She had fears of going outside. She had fears of eating. She had fears of enclosed spaces. She had fears of children. She had fears of men, especially. She had fear of being locked out and left. She had fears of abandonment. She had so many fears, and you had that many fears, and everything acted up all at once. And so I just taught her that I will control the fears around her, and I'll let her know when things are good and when things aren't good, so that she had that space to start to be able to process things and think that, okay, well, this situation is scary, but, you know, I'm not reacting to it. I'm telling her everything's all good. We're calm. And so one of the first things, I taught her sign language, and I taught her some particular words. And the first words and actions that I taught her to do was calm and in, so that she could walk in doorways, in rooms, in enclosed spaces. And she was scared to go to the toilet. So the next thing I trained her to do was the word toilet. And for the first 2 years, she would not go to the toilet unless I stood there. Same as with her food. But then she got a handle on it, and now she can be left home alone. She can go to the toilet on her own. She eats on her own. She's an assistance dog. And she loves playing with other dogs. And she loves humans. She'll go up to men in cafes and ask for a pat. Like, she would never have done that at the start. She was so terrified of men. So you can turn them around with consistent training and care and reassurance. And all of the training was praise training. It was only when we wanted to go for accreditation that they said we had to go to puppy school. Wow, you've had long-term animals in your life. That's awesome. You've grown up with animals, or through any significant event in your life, you've had an animal there. They've seen you grow up from a kid to an adult through all those phases. That's so cool. But Betty's an awesome dog. She just got a little bit carried away when she wasn't on her working lead. She was on her I can relax and sniff around lead. Yeah, so you had your animals. That's great. So when you have animals, you're not alone, you know. don't think I'm going to get this lot. This isn't going to... Maybe I should change the pick. That high lift on one. Yeah, exactly. Like my wife and I say, we don't know how people can live without animals. Like even the times that I didn't own an animal myself or wasn't owned by an animal, depends on which animal you have. I still had animals around me. I had people in my life with animals that I looked after. I was always the chief pet sitter when anyone went away, and we still are the chief pet sitters when people go away. Because one of the things that I'm really big on is when their owners leave them, that you gotta be there, not just for their physical needs, but you've got to be there for their emotional needs. You've got to be their emotional support so that they don't fret. I had a dog when I lived overseas as a kid who fretted when we left to come back to Australia, and on holidays we were gone for like 5 weeks, and we said to the people that were looking after her, look, she's, she'll fret, just watch her, don't let her out the gate. Well, of course she got out the gate, and we were told that she was seen walking the streets of that town for 3 weeks looking for us, and we were away for 5 weeks, and after 3 weeks people didn't see her anymore, and it was like, well, where is she, So after that, as a kid, I went, I'll never have that happen to another animal that's in my life, whether I know them as a friend or a relative or they're mine. I will be there, because I just would not want that to happen to anyone. Mate, the honey badger. That's an interesting beastie, isn't it? They are a force all unto their own. No, animals don't judge. People judge. Animals care. Mate, it's nearly 6:30 in the morning. I've been at this 3 hours. Wow, this is a massive first live stream. Yeah, yeah. There's that one where the dog, when the owner passed away, the dog would go to its grave and sit by the owner's grave every day. This is just not gonna open for me on live stream. Even off live stream, it's not opening. Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to call it. Stop being so stubborn on it. No, it keeps just jumping into that false set and then I go nowhere. No, it's going to need more work. It's got some graphite in it. That's going to be it. Alright. Well, I'm going to call it to the end of that. That's the end of the live stream. I need to lay flat. My back has done a lot of up and down and it's feeling it. I'm going to have to take care of my body now. It's been a fun first live stream that I didn't know I was going live on, so that was a bonus. Thanks to everyone who's watched and joined in on the chat. Appreciate it. Keeping me company, getting me from 3 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. That's been very good. Thank you. There'll be more live streams coming once I work out what I did to make this one happen. Yep. Thanks very much, and I don't know how to stop it, so oh yeah, there's a big red button there that says end stream. Alright, I'll end stream. Thanks very much. Stay legal. Temptation is everywhere.